How many of you have seen a frightening ghost in your real life? Have you ever experienced a ghost face to face? I did. The ghosts are real and they do exist. During my elementary school, we were playing near one of the house near my home. It was a haunted house. That house was with deep silence. It was abandoned. Once in a while, some creaking sounds and weird noises were coming out from that house. There was also a scary story spreading across the town about that house, as one young lady committed suicide in that house. And she was living as a ghost in that house. As a kid, we never wanted to go near that house. We always skipped that house. Whenever we walked down the lane, we used to shift the lane and go further. But one day, I noticed my elder brother and his friends were jumping out from that house and walking down the lane. I was shocked. I wanted to know, why did he go inside the house? What did he do? He was like, we saw the ghost was coming out from that house. Myself and my friends jumped inside and attacked the house, and we covered the spirit of the house using a gift wrapping paper and kept it inside a pot which was placed in the space below the staircase. I was like, what? Hey, do you think I'm a fool? You can tell me these stories? Tell me exactly what you did. He went again and said, no, that's what exactly I did. I just told you the truth. If you don't believe, you can go and check. He just walked away. I was 100% sure he was 200% lying to me, but I had to prove that. So I decided, myself and my friends decided to prove them wrong. So we all stood in front of the house to expose their lies. We all decided, okay, let us jump inside the house and quickly check what was inside the pot and expose the lies. I was 100% sure there was no pot at all. They were just making up stories. So my friends helped me first to get inside. They all were supposed to follow me. So, yes, I just got inside. I jumped from the window. The floor was so dirt. I started to take few steps to look under the space below the staircase. There was a pot, as my brother told. I was calling my friends, come on, see this. Nobody was there. They all left home. I was a young kid standing in the darker room of a haunted house. It was getting darker outside also. My heart said, go back, don't stay here. But I came so long and the pot was very close to me. I wanted to check what was inside the pot and expose their lies. I had the opportunity to do that. So I quickly went close to the pot. I slowly opened that, expecting an empty pot. But there was a gift wrapper. There was a packet covered with a gift wrapping paper. Was the ghost real? Tears started to flow down my face. Not because of the fear, because that was the first time in my life my brother told some truth. I was 100% sure the ghost could not be kept under the packet, because that was a tiny paper. I could have easily teared it. Then what about ghosts? So I picked it in my hands. I was holding the paper in my hand. I didn't know what to do. I was worried, what if the ghost was real? I had seen a lot of scary movies. In every movie, the ghost was actually a woman with white gown floating in the air without any legs. I was looking around to see such a clue. Not due to the fear, but due to the fear. I was confused what to do now. Whether to open it or not to open it. Open it, not to open it. I was half-minded. Whenever I was half-minded, I had always taken a wrong decision. Yes, I decided to open the paper. I slowly opened the paper. There was a big blast. There was a loud noise. The whole room was covered with fogs and fumes. became a Usain Bolt. I was screaming. I became a Usain Bolt and ran back to my home. That was the moment I saw the ghost. I was holding the ghost in my hand. I was terrified. I could not come out of that thought. I didn't know what happened next. So I went out of my home and looked at that house from the far away distance. I saw some weird noise was calling me. There was something moving in the garage of the door of that house. I was able to see that from the distance. It was an abandoned house. How come somebody could move very fast, furiously? I got afraid. After my dinner on the same night, I went to wash my hands outside. We had a square type opening in the ceiling. When I looked up, I saw two eyes were looking at me. The eyes were constantly looking at me. When I started to look at them, they started to multiply. It became 4. It became 6. It became 8. They all were real. I was able to see the eyes, only eyes and the dark sky. I was petrified. That was the first time I met the ghost eyes to eyes. I went inside my home. I covered myself with a blanket. I kept myself inside the blanket tightly. I knew the ghost was searching for me. When I was sleeping, I felt a huge pain in my back. I know the ghost was punching me like 1, 2. I was holding the blanket tight. 3, 4. I did not release the blanket. I was holding it very tight. I was praying to God, please save me from the ghost today. The ghost left that place. After that, I lived with fear of the ghost for many weeks. Wherever I go, I saw the ghost. I was even afraid of my shadow. After many weeks, one day I lost my homework notebook. I was searching everywhere in my home for that notebook. When I finally searched my brother's bag, I saw the same gift wrapping packet, but this time it was open. I saw my mother's bangle, like a rigid bracelet, and a rubber band, and one safety pin inside it. I put them together. I put the bracelet and put the rubber band diagonally. I rotated the safety pin very tight so that the rubber band was stretched and pressed it against the paper. So it was very tightly holding it. Whoever opens the paper, the rubber band will start rotating in the opposite direction. It will make a lot of noise. And it will splash whatever powder kept in the paper outside. That was the real ghost. The ghost was not real. It was just a prank created by my brothers for his friends. Unnecessarily, I got into it. After many months, I came to know that house was also not a haunted house. The owners of the house came back from foreign. They just went for some foreign deputation. They were painting the house. So that story was also a fake. I learned a very important lesson in my life. Whenever you lock your door and go on for long vacation, inform your neighbors. Otherwise, they will create some scary story about your locked home. Not just that. When I was believing that ghost, I was feared about everything. I was feared about cat, dog, everything. Because the sounds came from the ghost, from the house, was a dog sound. The eyes looking at me constantly were cat's eyes. It was so dark, the eyes were glowing. We had multiple cats. They were looking for food, but I was afraid of them. So today in world, I have seen a lot of people living with such a fear in their life. They all have or believe in some or other kinds of ghosts in their life. You have to go back and check what was the root of the fear. Because of that fear, they feel insecure within their family. They feel insecure within their job. They are insecure among their friends. Those ghosts are real ghosts. They do exist, which triggered the fear in you. Like I did in my story, you had to go back and understand the ghost, acknowledge it, so that you can understand the real truth behind it, to get out of the fear and live in positive life. Thank you, Toastmasters.